Let's dig deeper now on Edward Snowden. We're joined here by Scott Oswald, managing principal of the Employment Law Group. He has experience representing whistleblowers. And Scott, welcome back to the show. We've had you on here a couple times since this all broke.
Elaine, thank you for having me.
I want to ask you about these latest developments. How much of this game of political hot potato, as we've been hearing in the media lately, is complicating his case?
Well, I think what's interesting is his statement that he made yesterday. He said that that the United States is using citizenship as a political weapon, that he's in exile, he's a stateless person, and that the United States is violating Article 14 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I think each of these statements, including his final statement, where he pronounces again to be a whistleblower, are all demonstrably false. They're just simply incorrect. For example, this issue of being stateless, the United States has simply revoked his travel document. He remains a citizen of the United States. He has the same rights and the same protections as you and I have sitting here in Washington, D.C. He simply can't travel. That's the only consequence of that. He said that he's marooned in the airport in Russia. But the reality is that the United States has indicated they will issue him a travel document
Straight back
to
to
return.
the United States.
Well, and certainly to a criminal prosecution, but that's the natural consequence of what he's done.
Well, you know, you mentioned these statements. He's coming out with these statements being released through WikiLeaks, and he's also been very active on social media, on Twitter, saying all sorts of things, replying to people, answering people's questions. Is that such a smart idea for him? How does that affect his case?
Well, I think it hurts his case. And the reason it hurts his case is that it's much more difficult to demonstrate that what he has done is truly political in nature. That is the gravamen of an asylum claim under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. He must demonstrate that he's engaged in a political disclosure. There is a clear distinction under the Declaration between a political disclosure, engaging in political activity, being persecuted for that political activity, and simply being prosecuted under criminal law. And that is what Mr. Snowden has done in this case. He can accept the United States travel document. He can return to the United States. The United States has not in any way prevented him, as he says, from exercising his rights under the Declaration. Indeed, we find out today that he has filed for asylum with 19 additional countries in Russia. The United States has not stopped him from that effort. Yes, we have weighed in on the validity of those applications, but why shouldn't we as a country? He has, if the allegations are proven, he has made very serious mistakes that constitute violations of criminal law. So for those reasons, what the United States is doing is simply what any country would do under similar circumstances. I think in sum, the problem with Mr. Snowden right now is this. He has a very, his legal sounding pronouncements boil down to a very shaky understanding of international law, and that's why he finds himself sitting in the terminal in Russia.
All right, Scott Oswald, thank you so much for your insight again. Story ongoing, not going anywhere anytime soon.